Bienvenidos a Sufrimiento Macabro Podcast. Yo soy Dee.
Yo soy Ali.
Y hoy Ali les contará un caso que sucedió en Wilmer, Texas.
Perder a tu madre y no saber dónde está tu hermano es un tremendo sufrimiento y dolor que nadie te puede quitar. Aún con su dolor de perder a su madre, Zuri no paró en buscar a su hermano y no parará de buscar justicia para su mamá. Este es el caso de Zuleika Lopez. Advertencia: la información de este caso puede ser desencadenante para algunos. Tenga en cuenta que algunos de estos casos pueden involucrar menores de edad, abuso, violación o violencia. Escuchen con precaución.
Warning: the information on this case can be triggering to some. Please be advised that some of these cases may involve children, abuse, rape, and violence. Listen with caution.
The last thing she told me was she loved me, and the last thing I always say to her is that I love her too. And that was that. It is urgent that y'all share my brother's face.
Zuri López habló con su mamá, Zuleika López, por última vez la noche del 13 de noviembre de 2023. Y no parecía pasar nada raro. Tuvieron una conversación muy normal. Zuri no sintió que algo estaba pasando con su mamá. El 14 de noviembre del año 2023, Zuri fue informada que Zuleika no había llegado a su trabajo. Zuri comenzó a sospechar después de que su madre no respondiera a sus llamadas. Y sus sospechas, they increased after she found out that her brother, de 10 años, Juan Aguilar, no había ido a la escuela. Esa tarde, Zuri va a la casa de su mamá y ve que el carro de su mamá sigue estacionado afuera de su casa. She starts knocking on the door and on the windows. At this point, she's worried, right? This isn't average behavior de su mamá, ni menos, de su hermano. For them to just not answer her phone calls, for him not to go to school, she was worried at this point. So there's neighbors who do recall seeing Zuri en la casa tocando las puertas, tocando las ventanas, and she just se miraba desesperada. And there was no answer. So she calls her mom, she keeps calling her, and still no answer. She is finally able to get into the door. She makes her way in, and that is when Zuri's heart broke into a million pieces. Zuri was the one who found her mother's body.
No.
Yeah. The police arrive and immediately they started an investigation. As this isn't only a homicide case at this point, now it's also a kidnapping because Ian is nowhere to be found. Zuri was grieving her mother's death and at the same time worried about her brother's safety. Ian was not the only person missing. Ian's father, Juan Aguilar Cano, was nowhere to be found. De acuerdo a Zuri y amigos de Zuleika, Zuleika y Juan tenían problemas de pareja. Y Zuleika estaba decidida en separarse de él. So, for Zuri,
ganas,
she was like, something is going on. She immediately thought Juan did something.
Yeah.
So Juan became the lead suspect of a murder and kidnapping. The family and the authorities felt that Ian was in danger because he was the one who, for them, it was like he killed Zuleika, and now Ian's gone. ¿Qué puede hacerle? Si le hizo esto a la madre de su hijo,
¿Qué no le puede hacer al niño?
¿qué es capaz de hacer? Yeah, so they were all worried. They felt that Ian was in danger. Zuri mentioned that Ian is autistic and that he also took medication. But it was not clarified what type of medication he was taking. But she was like, he needs his medication. there's specific things that he needs that maybe Juan is not going to provide for him. She was really worried. Ian was last seen at 7:30 in the morning, and an Amber Alert was sent that same day. Ian and Juan's pictures were posted immediately in the hopes that someone had seen them. Juan's car was missing. Therefore, it was speculated that he was driving it. Juan was driving a tan Chevrolet 2007 Tahoe, so everybody was on the lookout for it. All eyes were open, and while the family was hoping to hear good news about Ian, they were also filled with sadness and grief in losing Zuleika. The day after the murder and the kidnapping, Juan's Tahoe was found outside a Tornado bus company. But Ian and Juan were not in the truck, and because of where it was parked, and knowing that Juan had family in Mexico, they believed that Juan ran to Mexico with Ian using this form of transportation. The neighbors were shocked to find out what had happened. They were not aware of any violence occurring in the home. No 911 calls were ever made to that house. There were no CPS reports ever made to this home. So the neighbors, they were really shocked. They just saw a happy family.
Yeah, they didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Right. Días después, un hermano de Juan, quien vive en Guanajuato, llamó a la familia y les informó que Juan había dejado a Ian en su casa y que estaba a salvo.
Wow.
Yeah. So he left them there and then he just kept on running.
Wow.
Ian fue recogido y llevado de vuelta con su familia, casi 2 semanas después del crimen. Zuri obviously was happy, to know her brother was unharmed, that he was okay, and that he was going to be back with his family.
Yeah.
But she was also very heartbroken because she found out that Ian had no idea their mom was dead.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So they had to break the news to him. She says that she actually sought services from a therapist to help explain to Ian what had happened because she didn't know how to say it.
Of course.
Right? This is a grieving daughter, and she just didn't know how to talk to her brother and how to tell her, hey, this is what your dad did.
Yeah.
It's so heartbreaking.
It's one of those things that, first of all, to explain to a child, just that, that his father murdered his mother, and that's why they ran away.
Yeah.
It's one thing, but telling, an autistic child whose way of learning and, comprehending certain things is very, very different. It's completely and utterly heart-wrenching. Personally, I've dealt with my own little cousin who is slightly in the spectrum, and even telling him, certain things gets him very emotional or very angry or very upset, and so I can only imagine how this made him feel.
Pobrecito. Yeah, when I heard this story, and knowing that he was in that house because this happened in the house, knowing he was in there, my immediate thought was like, did he see something?
Yeah.
Right, because that is so traumatizing, right?
Yeah.
Seeing your mom be murdered, that's traumatizing itself. And I was like, that was my first thing. I'm like, ¿qué miró el niño? So ahorita no han dicho. Obviamente he didn't see anything, because he didn't even know she was dead. But we don't know if he saw them arguing, if he saw
what
something.
led up to it, or
exactly,
anything,
or if he saw something, but then he thought, oh, maybe my mom is sleeping. We don't know how much he knows.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's so difficult just telling a child, like, hey, breaking this type of news to a child is hard.
Yeah. And I can't only imagine it's not even coming from a parent. It's coming from your own sibling. You know, you're both mourning the loss of your mother in completely different ways.
Yeah. So Ian is now in the care of his sister, and she is doing the best that she can to support her brother. Right now, there is no trace of Juan. No one knows where he is. No one knows why, he killed Zuleika. There's also no information of how it happened or what happened to Zuleika. Zuri actually provided an updated photo of Juan, which we will post in our social media accounts in case anyone recognizes him. The family needs answers. Zuleika needs justice. If you have any information of Juan's whereabouts, please speak up. You can contact Wilmer Police Department at 972-441-6565. Again, that is 972-441-6565. Este es el trágico asesinato de Zuleika Lopez. Nuestros corazones están con su familia y los afectados por su muerte.
Y este fue el caso de esta semana. Again, if you have any information regarding this case, we will attach all of the information in the description of this video, as well as a description of the captions within our social media platforms. The family needs justice, especially Zuleika. Like, she, out of anybody, deserves to have justice. And our hearts go out to Zuri and Ian. It's really, really, heartbreaking to witness something like that. And we truly don't wish that on anyone. But again, if you have any information on Juan's whereabouts or any details or anything helps. As long as the case is moving and there's clues and any sightings of him, it'll help the authorities so much to try and get closure for the family. So again, the details will be in the links below, as well as the caption within our social platforms.
And it's important to share this case, right? Porque si Juan está en Mexico, this needs to be shared more.
Yeah.
In Mexico. So if you guys can share the case, right, that
or
would
even
really,
just the information on it, or like anything that has to do in regards to this case, it would help the family a lot. We've seen it, some cases take a couple of weeks, couple of months. Sadly, some take even years, but the most important thing is never stop spreading the word on these cases and trying to find these answers. And for now, all we can do is share and share, Zuleika's story, and just keep her name and her story alive in order for her to get justice. But with that, we would really love and appreciate it if you let us know what you think about this episode. On our Spotify, we will have a little questionnaire box, and you can talk to us about the case. We will post the answers on our episode. And yeah, if you have any questions, regards, comments, or any details on the case that you want to share with us, any opinions, our comment section and our DMs are open. You can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Threads, and on Twitter. Did I mention Twitter already? No. Or X, as it's known now. You could just type in
You can find us everywhere.
Exactly. You can find us at @SVSM_podcast, or you can type in Sobre Sumacaro Podcast on Facebook and find us there. Also, we have a YouTube channel, so just type in SVSM Podcast or Sobre Sumacaro Podcast, and we should be the first ones to pop up. We have a couple of videos up there as well as shorts that you can, watch and comment on. And yeah, so we have those where you can, talk to us, and we will likely reply as soon as we can. And what else? I think that's it, right?
I think that's it.
All right, that's social.
And I wasn't laughing at you. It's just
Is it Leo?
Leo's over here with his legs all wide open. I'm like, buddy.
He's like, I am just so relaxed.
He's like, I'm so tired. So,
I know, it's been a long
the life
day.
of a dog mom.
I know, it's been a long day. But yeah, if you want to listen to any of the 107,
Yes.
108.
Yeah.
108 episodes that we have. You can look for us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you stream podcasts. Just type in Sobre los Macabro Podcast and our catalogs should pop up. If you're having any difficulties in regards to that, you could just send us a DM and we'll just send it over. You could also click on our bio, on our LinkedIn bio, Linktree bio, and they should be there. Yeah, you can listen to it there and let us know what you think about the episodes. If you have any, suggestion on any other cases, or if you want us to cover a certain case, just send us a DM, send us a link, send us anything, and we will look it up and add it to our list of many, many cases that we have to cover.
Unfortunately, there's many cases.
Yeah. That's unfortunately that we have to look through and figure out which ones we would want to cover. But yeah. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That's
it.
And
Feliz Dia de las Madres.
Oh, yes.
For all of your mommies and all the moms that listen to us.
Y las mamacitas, como diría mi mamá. It's el Dia de las Mamás.
And the dog moms too.
I know. We can't, we're also celebrated, We have a hard life. But yeah, tell your mom if you love them, send them a message, or hug them. Just a mom's love is very true and deep. So again, appreciate them while you still have them, and if they've passed, just know that they will always be there with you throughout your journey in life. So again, our hearts go out to you. If you need, an extra support, we're here for you, and our DMs are open if you want to talk about it as well. We know that these holidays are very difficult for some people, and we're here to talk about it. We're all moms in our own special way, whether it's moms that became mothers, moms that sadly didn't become moms because of certain, health issues or anything like that.
Foster moms, everyone. Yeah.
Foster moms, adoptive moms.
Adoptive moms, yeah.
A little bit of everything. We celebrate you all
for all
today.
of you. Yeah.
So, our hearts go out to you all. And again, happy Mother's Day. Feliz de las Mamás. If you celebrate in Mexico or Latin America, I'm pretty sure it's on Friday, right?
It's on Friday, yeah.
Yeah, so Friday. And then in the U.S., at least, everybody else is on Sunday. Sadly, if you're Latina, that means you have to celebrate it twice. So, yeah. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. And that's it.
Ahí nos vemos. Yeah.
Ahí nos vemos. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. Stay spooky.